Alright, so as part of Apple's massive update drop today, we got iPadOS 26 Beta 5 in addition to everything else, and I want to talk about a couple of changes. Obviously, 5 betas in, we're not expecting new features per se, but we will see some tweaks and hopefully more so more performance gains and things of that nature, battery life, the usual. So jumping into settings, general, and about, I do want to talk about the iPad versioning number. If you guys follow the channel, I've been talking about the versioning and how kind of whack it's been this whole beta cycle. If you guys are new to betas, what Apple does is this alphanumerical number right here always signifies and gives us a hint of how close we are to a public release. So the closer the letter at the end of the version is to the beginning of the alphabet, so a B build, C build, things of those natures, you can pretty much guarantee a release candidate is nearby with the public release shortly after. Well, what was weird about these updates this year is that they were going in the opposite direction and we were leaning more towards the end of the alphabet than heading towards the beginning. Now finally it looks like we're back on track as this is now a G build and it does signify we're heading in the right direction. Kind of weird after a lengthy delay, but I just wanted to throw that out there and let you know that it looks like we are going to be back on track. Beyond that, also, I do want to talk about the storage here, since we haven't talked a lot about iPad storage as we have iOS. You can see here, iPad itself is taking up 12.91 gigabytes and Apple Intelligence another 6 for a total of just over 19 gigabytes. That is pretty large. However, system data is right what you would assume for a full release, or I should say even a beta. This is only 363 megabytes. What is absolutely insane to me about this, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up my iPhone 16 Pro Max here. If I go into my iPhone storage here and scroll down when it loads, look at my system data here. It is taking up 36 gigs, which is out of control. Obviously, these are very fluent. This changes all the time, but look at that substantial difference. It's pretty crazy. One other thing that is missing now is space reserved for updates. So if you're close on space, there's always like a little partition drive where it would work with. It's gone from iOS. It was never here in iPadOS. So just another call out for you guys to be aware of. Now, as far as some of the changes, one of the first ones is in the camera settings app. So if you go to the camera app and scroll all the way down, you have this new option here called classic mode switching. This reverses the scroll direction of mode switching. So if you were in your app, some people liked it, some complained, but if you scroll down, the list would go up. If you scrolled up, the list would go down. Now you can invert that back like you might prefer, but it's totally up to you. Apple has left that now finally in settings that you can just select. Hopefully they do something like that with liquid glass. There's been a lot of mock-ups. They looked great, but let's be real, Apple probably will never add that. One other thing that did change in this beta is if you actually go into anything you want to share. So if you go to Share Sheet, you can see AirDrop now has a new logo. I actually like it. I think it's pretty sharp. It matches liquid glass a little better as well. So if you're wondering where AirDrop went, that is now the new logo. And then in Control Center 2, when you switch pages, and I'll actually pull this up for you to see, there is a new bouncy animation. And you can really see it kind of near the top. Every time you scroll, it's just a subtle tweak that really makes it feel more liquid. And while we're in Control Center 2, what you can see here is if you select networks, you can now see if they're public or private. I don't remember seeing that before. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if not, that is now added as well. Aside from that, in iOS, there's a new wallet payments change. It's now listed as pre-authorized payments. And then there were some new splash screens if you went into some apps. I'm not sure if it's going to pop up now. Doesn't look like it is. I did see some earlier. But yeah, aside from that, there is really not much else. Some people were saying the dock looked a little thicker. I didn't see that personally, but let me know in the comments down below if you see a difference in the thickness of the dock here. Very curious to know. But aside from that, that's it. Hopefully next week we should receive another beta. We should be on a weekly release cycle here. So hopefully we will get one on Monday the 11th or Tuesday the 12th, and that should do it. Hopefully there will be another release in a short period of time to keep tweaking this out. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.